Good morning, students. I hope you all are well and safe at home. I know that you are waiting for a new video of new lesson. So today I am here with new video of new lesson in English grammar, lesson 7, helping verbs. Let's see what is helping verbs. Auxiliary verbs is also known as helping verbs. Auxiliary verb or helping verb helps the sentence to complete its sense. Sentence give the meaning with the help of auxiliary verb. It also tells the tense of the sentence. There are different helping verbs are used for different situations, just like is, am, are, was, were, be, been, do, does, did, have, has, had, shall, will, can, could, should, would, might, get, cause, and many more. So, some of the uses we will learn in this chapter. Let's see. First of all, use of be form. Is, am, are, was, were to form tenses. We use is, am, are with verb ing form in present continuous tense. And as we know that we use am with I only. We use is with singular noun or pronoun, and we use are with plural noun or pronoun. So it is very clear in present continuous tense we will use after subject is, am, are, and with is, am, are we will use verb ing form. Let's see the example. We are playing. They are singing a song. I am watching a movie. She is dancing. As you can see, in every sentence I have used is, am, are according to the subject, and with is, am, are I have used verb ing form like playing, singing, watching, dancing. Next is use of was, were. We use was and were in past continuous tense, and with was, were we will use verb ing form. And as we know that we use was with singular noun or pronoun and with I also, and we use were with plural noun or pronoun. Example, we were staying in Paris. Let's see some more example. I was writing a letter. They were fighting. He was going to the market. You were singing. As you can see that I have used was, were according to the subject, and with was, were I have used verb ing form like writing, fighting, going, singing. Next is use of have, has, and had to form tenses. We use have, has in present perfect tense with past participle, means verb third form. It means in present perfect tense after subject we will use has, have, and then with has, have we will use verb third form. And as we know that we will use have with plural noun or pronoun and with I, and we use has with singular noun or pronoun. As example, in plural sentence like I have eaten an apple, you have eaten an apple. And for singular subject, he has eaten an apple, she has eaten an apple. In this manner, you can also make new sentences in present perfect tense by using have, has with verb third form. Next is use of had. We use had in past perfect tense with verb third form and with all pronoun and noun. It doesn't matter that our subject is either pronoun or noun, with all we will use had in past perfect tense. Examples, he had taken the selfie. She had committed suicide. It had rained. I had found my phone. Let's see next. Use of do, does in simple present tense and did in simple past tense to make our sentence negative and interrogative. In simple present tense, to make our sentence negative, we will use do or do not and does not according to the subject. If our subject is singular, we will use does not. If our subject is plural, we will use do not. And keep one thing very clear in your mind: if any sentence you are using do, does, and did, we always use verb first form. See the example of negative sentences. My mother does not let me go out with my friends. I do not prefer my coffee black. She does not put the keys on the table. In simple present tense, to make our sentence interrogative, we will use do does in the place of subject. And after using do does, we will use subject and then verb first form. See the example. Does your mother let you go out with your friends? Do you prefer your coffee black? Does she put the keys on the table? Next is use of did. In simple past tense, to make our sentence negative, we will use did not with all subject, either our subject is singular or plural. And with did not, we will use verb first form. Like example, you did not start new diet. And to make our sentence interrogative, we will use did in the place of subject, and after did we will write subject then verb first form. As example, did you start new diet? Next is modal verbs. The modal verbs are can, could, may, might, must, should, ought to, shall, will, would, need, and dare. And we use them to talk about, for example, ability, obligation, necessity, prohibition, certainty, possibility, probability, permission, willingness, request, offers, suggestions. Let's see. When we talk about permission, we use may, could, can. Like asking for permission, we use may, could, can. Example, may I use your phone? Could my mother join us tomorrow for lunch? Can I borrow your black coat? For giving permission, we use may and can. Example, you may take this Friday off from work. You can use my phone to call your father. For saying someone has permission, we use may and can. Example, students may enter for free. Passengers may sit anywhere. All children can use the playground. Teachers can use our resources for free. Here, can is less polite than may and could. So, for showing politeness, we can use may and could instead of can. Next is when we talk about ability. In present tense, we will use can or be able to. Example, Richard can speak French fluently. And be able to, we will use instead of be, is, am, are according to the subject. Example, Max was able to swim. And when we talk about ability in past, we use could. Example, my sister could swim when I was 6. In negative form, example, I couldn't play the piano when she was 5. When we talk about request, asking someone to do something, we use would, could, will, can. Would is more polite than will. Could is more polite than can. Example, would you please turn on the light? Would you help me carry these bags? Could you please bring me more coffee? Could you lend me your car for the day? Will you get the door for me, please? Will you make a copy of this essay for me? Can you lend me your book? Can you give me a hand? When we talk about offers, we use will. It is used to say what we are willing to do something or to offer to do something. Example, I will help you with your suitcase. We can use shall also. Shall I is used to offer to do something for someone. Example, shall I help you? We use can also. It is used to offer to do something for someone. Example, I can send this letter for you. Could is used to offer to do something for someone, and could is more polite than can. Example, I could lend you money if you want. Use of would. It is used with like prefer and rather to make polite offers and invitations. Example, would you like to go to a party on Saturday? Next is when we talk about necessity, we use must or have to in present tense. We use must to say that it is necessary to do something. Examples, Sana must work hard. I must get up early. You can use in place of must have to also. Like examples, Sana have to work hard. I have to get up early. There is no past form of must. So when we are talking about past, we use had to. Example, I had to get up early yesterday. Sana had to work hard for her exams. Use of need. It is used when something is necessary to do or to have. Examples, I need some money. We need to help her. He need to find a way out. To make negative sentences in place of need not, we can use either don't need to or don't have to with plural noun. It means with plural subject we can use either don't need to or don't have to, and with singular subject we can use either doesn't need to or doesn't have to. See the example? You don't need to wait for them. You don't have to wait for them. Anyone you can use either don't need to or don't have to with plural subject. Next is she doesn't need to lost her temper. She doesn't have to lost her temper. Here also anyone you can use with singular subject. Either doesn't need to or doesn't have to. Next is use of should or ought to. We use should or ought to say what is the right thing or a good thing to do. Anyone you can use either should or ought to. See the examples? We should or ought to respect our elders. You ought to or should listen carefully. We should or ought to eat green vegetables. Anyone you can use either should or ought to. So students, I hope you might understood this lesson. Thank you. Have a nice day.